Hello, everyone, and welcome back to week 2. Now, last week we went over who are we? Who are you? What are you passionate about? To kind of get your mind rolling, get your mind going, writing it down, seeding, planting the seed within yourself because you absolutely deserve it. We talked about self-love, self-value, self-respect, which are all things of you valuing yourself. This week, it goes hand in hand with last week. Now that you've went on the journey of self, you started to ask yourself these questions. You started to, question everything. And if you did it right, you started to question just about everything, okay? I hope that you were patient with yourself. And why I say this is because this is very important. And I want to identify this for you, and I want to let you know something right now. If you were patient with yourself, amazing fucking job. You did your fucking thing, okay? You have already exceeded your own expectation. So if you thought for 1 second that you didn't love yourself, if you thought for 1 second that you didn't really value and respect yourself as much, it doesn't matter what your answers came out to. If you were passionate about what you were passionate about, if it was someone else, it doesn't matter. That just goes to show how strong you are. How this whole entire time you have already been patient with yourself. You have already been loving yourself. You have already been valuing yourself, and you just needed a reminder to see that you're already on path. If you were patient with you, then that means that the huge part of you already knows in the inside that you matter most 100%, and you deserve that time to be patient. You deserve that time to chill and focus on you and get with you and find you within you. And if you were not patient with yourself, and I say this because I 100% was not, okay? I was like, I want to know exactly what I like, how I like it, if I like it. Oh, okay, yeah, I know it already. Okay, cool. Why did I do that? Then I started to downplay. Then I started to go down that road. Oh, shit. Who the fuck am I? Looks like I've been a sheep the whole fucking time. I tried to speed up the process to try to ignore the fact that I have not been putting that same love and value and respect that I put on another's journey in self that I have been putting on mine. So if you rush this process and you were not patient with yourself, and if you are watching this video and it has not been a week, then that's O-fucking-K too. That just means that you should probably click off of this video. Yes, I'm telling you this. Yeah, I absolutely am. If you were not patient with yourself and you did not wait the full week to watch this video, go ahead and click off, because it's not going to click. It's not going to make sense until you allow yourself that time and you allow yourself the patience to get to know you, so you're not going to properly understand. So then it would be as if I'm just talking in one ear and it's going out the other, and it's not going to be of any effect for you nor for me. You would be essentially wasting your time. So go ahead. If it was 5 days in general that you needed to wait, and on day 3 you're watching this video, go ahead and click off and allow those other 2 days. The idea is to wait 5 days in between. Full. You're allowed that. Don't worry. I'm not going nowhere. I got a long, long way to go. We got this. I will be here. Go ahead and click out. And I will see you as soon as you're ready. Now, for the rest of you that were patient with yourself, I want to say that you have already realized somewhere within yourself that you matter, so much so that despite you being in the beginning of your journey, that despite you not knowing what your purpose is, that despite you not knowing where to go, if to go, how to go, when to go, that you still took time for yourself. And I want to take a moment to celebrate you. I want to take a moment to say congratulations. Congratulations. You are the fucking best of us. You are. I did not be patient with myself. And I literally caused myself, probably steered me off course for a while, just till I became patient. So don't you think for 1 second that you were anything behind schedule, because you were right on schedule. Now, the questions that I asked you last week: what are you passionate about? Who are you? My question to you is, were any of those answers that I am divine? Did you use affirmations? If you use affirmations, this means this could be one of your very purposes. It is very easy to make affirmations, but it's not as easy to make affirmations that stick. Period. Also, this exercise was to help you understand and help you kind of steer a path for yourself. So we're going to take a quick couple seconds and we're going to take 2 deep breaths, and you're going to close your eyes. 1, in. Hold. Out. Another, in. Hold. Out. 1 more, in. Hold. Out. I want you to keep your mind closed. I want you to imagine a room. I want you to imagine yourself sitting in this room. This is your room. I want you to create this room however you see fit. What is on the walls? What do you see? What do you feel? What do you sense? Is anyone there? I want you to focus on these walls. I want you to take how you feel deep in the inside, how you feel right now in this moment, and I want you to paint the walls with how you feel. Look at those walls. Feel those walls. Those are your walls. You don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be pretty. They don't have to be glamorous. They have to be authentically you. and how you actually feel. And despite whatever emotion is happening on this wall right now, or whatever you see, if it is happiness, if it is trauma, it does not matter. Embrace that right now. Feel into that. Allow it to come over you. Surrender to yourself. Surrender to how you feel. Surrender to this very moment by allowing yourself to accept yourself and love yourself enough to embrace what is on these walls, if it is good or if it is bad. If it is good or if it is bad, embrace it. Cry, scream, laugh, dance, shake. Let it out though. Before you can surrender to your purpose, before you can surrender to the universe, you must first surrender to yourself. Because you are your purpose and you are the universe. And that is where everything lies, is within you. Despite if it's a good emotion, a bad emotion, whatever you see, it needs to be released. What we're going to do next is we're going to do 4 more of those deep breaths. But this time, we're going to go a little quicker. So, 4 times, you're going to go a little bit faster than you did before. Feel your stomach the fuck up. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Make a sigh. We're going to do that 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. Now that we're on your last breath and we finished, I want you to just sit. Keep your eyes closed. Completely separate yourself from all things external and go deep into your world and your wonderland. Sit there. Allow yourself to surrender to yourself. Allow yourself to surrender to your own mind and just sit. You may feel tingles in your hand, in your feet, in your body. You may feel things within yourself. Again, you may laugh, cry, or scream. Just allow the silence to become something that you're able to lean on. Because it is within this silence that all of the answers exist. It is in this silence that you were able to just allow yourself to just be whoever the fuck you are without judgment, not even from the harshest critic, which is ourselves. And for the next 2 minutes, I am going to be quiet. You will see things, feel things, allow it, embrace it. And when we return back, I will start talking to you, and I will count you down back to me, back to the ground, to ground yourself in Gaia. Know that you are loved, protected, and safe in this space. I will be back with you in 2 minutes, starting now. Now, I'm going to start to count down from 5. And when I get to 1, open your eyes and go ahead and settle in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Your eyes are open. Take a second to feel your hands, move your toes slowly as possible. Ground yourself back into Gaia. You are safe. Now, I hope that you enjoyed that journey you just went on. It was a beautiful journey, wasn't it? Despite if it was your ideal journey, if it was a good one, a bad one, or in between, it was your journey. The purpose of this exercise was to show you how divine you are and how strong you already are, how knowing you already are. You are so magical that you just went on a journey within yourself and went to a whole nother realm all by yourself. I might have talked you through that journey, but you went on that journey. And you are so strong that you pushed past the mind telling you, let's eat, let's have something to drink, let's get up, let's do this. And you said, you know what? No, I'm going to chill. And I'm going to make this time about me. And I'm going to surrender to my very self. This exercise was not only to show you who you truly were, but it allows you to go within yourself, because that is where the true you lies. I will not sugarcoat this for you. I will tell it to you straight and fucking plain. We got some work to do. We do. And that's okay. That's okay. Because every single step that you make, you are going to feel more aligned and more aligned and more aligned every fucking step of the way, until you become so fucking aligned and grounded in yourself that it won't be you asking what is your purpose, but it'll be you saying, I am my purpose, with confidence. How do we get there? Within you. The external world is more important now, because the external world is something that you have been accustomed to. It's something that you have learned to navigate. It's something that you have seeded and planted all of your seeds in. Your ideas, your dreams, your everything has been placed upon your external world. So right now, your external world is more important. And I also want you to know that that's okay. And that's why you're here, isn't it? That's exactly why you're here. Because in order to find purpose, you have to decide with your own free will that I am tired of the external world. I understand and I'm aware that the external world has been my main priority, has been my main focus, is where I've been putting my attention on and where I've been putting my vision on. But I want to have my destiny. I want to embrace and be my true self and fulfill my true purpose. I want to do that. So you know what? I'm going to go within. So you should be goddamn proud that up until now, your whole fucking life was all about your external, because it wouldn't have pointed you to internal. And when you finally get to the place where you feel confident enough to say, I am living my purpose, you are going to feel like you have hit the fucking lottery. Because you started there. You did. We all do. We start there. External. But when you finally reach here, motherfucker, you are going to feel you can't touch me. I'm limitless. I'm purposeful. Then you don't chase your purpose chase you. It is at that very moment where you will be grateful for allowing your external world to rule you. Because it will be something that you will use as a reminder of your own strength, your own personal strength. Has the answers that you've been looking for this whole time. If you saw on those walls memories of good times in your life, then that is essentially your conscious and subconscious mind trying to wrap itself around the fact that you're in pain, that you're suffering, that you're losing it. So your subconscious mind has created these beautiful images to take you away from the pain, which is also has a seed with your ego. And that means that you have a pretty strong ego. To take you away from the pain, to take you away from having to relive the feelings of how you actually feel, trauma, things that you've experienced. That also means that you have a pretty strong ego that is protecting you. Your ego isn't the bad guy either, by the way. Don't feel bad. If you did, get yourself into a room where it's full of pain, where it's full of sorrow, where it's full of things that you don't want to relive, things you don't want to feel. Now that room, that's a hard room to be in. And I definitely want to acknowledge that if you sat through that goddamn room this whole time, you are stronger than you think you are. So despite if you were in a good room or a bad room, it's all based upon your perception, which you deem as good or bad. They still equally have a purpose, which is what we've been talking about this whole time. The purpose of this exercise was also to get you to exercise your mind enough and acting on purpose. It's a purpose exercise. You made sure that you made it so that you had a purpose behind looking at these walls. Despite you knowing what the purpose was, you still knew that there was purpose behind it, so you did it. So it also helps to train your mind to get in the process of getting in alignment with purpose, to feel purpose, know what that means, to embody the vibration of purpose. It is not just your destiny. It is not just your mission. It is not just what you're passionate about. Purpose goes hand in hand with everything. You need a purpose to go to the restroom. You need a purpose to go to that job. There's a purpose behind why you chose that hairstyle. There's a purpose behind why you choose this jewelry. There's a purpose behind why you hide how you really feel. There's a purpose behind why you see things as externally as more important than internally. There is a purpose for every single thing that you could think of. And this exercise just opens you the door to purpose. Because you've always had purpose. You just weren't aware of that purpose. You weren't aware of what this particular purpose is. Just like being abundant, you're abundant in all things. You're purposeful in all things. Right now, you're just learning to ground yourself and to find purpose within your career life, within your passionate life, within whatever you're here to find purpose in. That is the purpose that you're working on right now. So don't forget to be proud of yourself and to thank yourself for already having a seed planted in purpose, because if you didn't have a seed planted in purpose, you wouldn't have been able to do this exercise. Then this would have been a different conversation that we'd be having, and you'd be ready to click off my program and say that it's not working at all. But you have purpose. Last week we talked about who are you? We talked about what are you passionate about? This week, we did some traveling into the inside of yourself. We painted the walls to see where you're at, to see what's going on in the inside. And if I'm going to be 100% honest with you, this week was the most important week that there is. You're going to be at a place when you get off this video. You're going to be in a mindset where you're going to have to make a choice. You saw what was on those walls. You were able to experience that. That is your home. That is where your mind is. That is where you live. So you have two options. You could avoid and move on. You could not deal with what was on those walls, good or bad. You could walk away. You could say, this is too hard. You could say, this is too tough. And come up with any excuse that you so could come up with. Or you could say, I want to know what's going on with my walls. I want to know what is inspired by my walls. Why do I feel these things? How is this taking me away from where I'm supposed to be? Is that where I want to be? Is that how I want to feel? The questions that's going to start being asked, that you're going to ask yourself after this particular video, are going to be the most transcending, important questions that you will probably ask yourself throughout this whole program. Because now you have left the external world and writing down, what are you passionate about? What is this? What is that? And now you go into the internal world, and that's where the real truth lies. You can't lie to your insides. You can't. Even if you paint a pretty picture, that still has truth in that. That's where you want to be. So I'm going to leave you with that choice. You can leave this program right now. And you could go. And I love you wholeheartedly. And I hope that you come back. If you're not ready, then it's okay. You may go, just like that. But if you are ready, we're going to dial that notch up next week. Next week, we are going to get into trauma. I want to prepare you for this. I normally don't say what's happening on the next program, but I think it's quite right that I let you know right now while you're making this choice. Because I don't want you to waste my time, and I don't want you to waste yours. And I'm going to just be honest and transparent with you. That's the type of coach that I am. That's the type of teacher that I am. I'm real as fuck. And I want you to be real as fuck with yourself. I don't want you to waste your time and your energy when you could be doing other things with your life. So I want you to make this decision. I want you to stand on this decision. And I invite you to next week. We're going to get to the nitty-gritty. Trauma has everything to do with purpose. Everything. If you are leaning on certain traumas that are happening in your life, or if you're clinging on to those energies, that could stop you from fulfilling your purpose, because your purpose could come from something that was traumatic that happened to you. I will give you an example for myself. I was never accepted as a kid, ever. From my family, my friends, the world, humanity itself. Thought I was weird, thought I was strange. I created abandonment issues, trauma. Everyone left me. Nobody ever stayed. I thought that I was a disease. I tried to kill myself 3 different times in my life, and I was so fucked up that all I could think of is, I can't even kill myself right. I can't do nothing right. Because I felt like my whole life I couldn't do anything right. Because every time I did, every time I started to be myself, every time I started to be my authentic self and be confident, I was always told I wasn't doing it right. Do it my way. Do it this way. You're stupid. Why would you do it like that? What is wrong with you? I stopped loving myself. I didn't want to. If you don't love me, why should I? I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to be myself. I didn't want to be my authentic self. That was traumatic for me growing up as a kid. And I carried that into my adulthood. And a part of my purpose is to help you to embrace your authentic self. Good or bad, it don't fucking matter, but it's you. We're all angels and demons all at the same time. We are here to learn how to balance our light and our darkness. Your authentic self. That was my purpose. But the only way I was able to really get into that and get to know that is by diving into my trauma. I didn't have nobody there helping me, coaching me along the way. I didn't have me. I didn't have me. God, I wish I had me. God, I wish I had somebody who was like, you know what? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. This shit is hard. It's hard to go within and try to heal that trauma, to bring up all of that shit that you stuffed so far down that you cannot run from, because it's the only way for you to evolve. But it's beneficial. So I invite you to next week. Get your rest, get a pen, get a piece of paper, write about the events that happened until then, write about what happened today. Start to explore, start to ask these questions. I love you so very much. And I will see you next week. I hope that you come. I mean, how's my program gonna work without you? I love you. See you next time.